log method. And the transact log method is responsible for creating a section in the graphical user interface, or the GUI, where transaction logs are displayed. So it starts by setting up a JPanel named transact log panel. So another JPanel just for the transact log method, specifying of course its size, position, and layout. And next would be the label, the LBL transact log, with the title transaction log inside the transact log panel. So following this will be the J scroll pane, and through the scroll pane there will be another label, transaction log, naming it as a transaction history, and then a text area inserted inside this J scroll pane to display the user, the transaction history they made, just adding members, borrowing books, and returning books. So additionally, this method ensures that the log is updated with the latest information by calling the update transaction log. And it ensures the proper layout by revalidating and repeating the panel. So after the transact log panel, we'll now go to the called methods from the previous methods, like the add member, add book, return book, borrow book, or search member. So the first one that we will see will be the is valid ISBN. So inside the is valid ISBN, this method ensures the data integrity by validating whether the given ISBN is a valid format. So utilizing a regular expression to check against the common patterns. So an ISBN format could contain a 3-1-5-1 number format, or 3-1-5-3 and -1 format of the ISBN. And next would be the update available books list, dynamically refreshes the borrowing panel's available books list, creating a default list model populated with books from the books collection, or the class, and linking it to the JList component, the list books borrow. And next would be the add book list, book effortlessly integrates new books into the system by appending them to the books collection or class. And then the update members details list maintains the accurate member records in the user interface, clearing and repopulating the member details text area, or the text A members. Next would be the is valid contact, storing the contact details as the parameters. This method ensures the data accuracy by verifying the validity of provided contact details, employing regular expressions to validate email address and phone numbers. And then next would be the borrowed book and return book. So first, the borrowed book method. It handles the addition of the book to the borrower's list of borrowed books. So it first checks if the borrower has previously borrowed books. If so, if they borrowed a new book, then the new book is added to their existing list, or the borrowed list books. Otherwise, a new list is created for them. And the borrowed book is then removed from the list of available books, and a transaction log entry is generated to record the borrowing details. And the next, when the book is about to return, we'll now go to the method return book. So it manages the process of returning the books. It locates the borrower who borrowed the book and removes the returned book from their list of borrowed books. When it is removed from the borrowed books, it now returns to the list of available books. My next method will be the update borrowed books list. So this method ensures the accuracy of the return book panel by updating the list of borrowed books. It achieves this by creating a default list model, iterating through the borrowing books map, or hash map, to gather the borrowed books, and then setting this model as the data source for the list of borrowed books for the list books return. So next would be the method update return book panel. This method performs an identical task like the update borrowed books list, redundantly creating a default list model and setting it as the model for the list of borrowed books. And then the get member names method. So it retrieves the member names as an array of strings. So systematically collecting member names from the member collection and converting them into an array for retrieval. Next would be the update transaction log that was called inside the transaction log method. So it ensures the transactions log accuracy by clearing the existing area and appending each transaction from the transaction log list. So ensuring that each entry is displayed, of course, in a new line. And then next would be the classes. So first, the book class. It serves as the blueprint for representing individual books, encapsulate the attributes like the title, the author, the genre, and the ISBN through private fields. So upon instantiation, a constructor initializes these fields, while access and modification are facilitated through provided getters or the setters. Moreover, the class overrides the toString method to furnish a comprehensive string representation of the book. And then lastly, the class member. It embodies the characteristics of a library member, housing pertinent information such as their full name, their ID, their contact details, and their membership status. So next will be the testers of the program. That's all for me. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Trisha Raban and I'm here to discuss the features of our library management system. The library management system has a minimalist layout with a simple division for user and library management. The interface is easy to understand, allowing for easy access. Let's now discuss how to add members to our library. The first thing you need to do is enter information such as full name, ID number, contact details, and membership status just to check that to make sure your membership is active. If you enter more than 5 digits in your ID number, a dialog message will pop up informing you that only 5 digits are allowed. And if you add a member with the same ID that already exists, a message dialog will appear informing you that the ID you entered is already exists. Similarly, for the contact details, only 11 digits should be entered. Otherwise, a message will pop up again reminding you to enter only 11 digits. Now, let's talk about how to add books to our library system. Similar to adding members, you'll need to input details such as title, author, genre, and the ISBN or International Standard Book Number. The ISBN should consist of numeric digits with the right format 3-1 number 5-1 or 3-1 5-3-1. If you input it incorrectly, a message will pop up saying ISBN should contain numeric digits, along with another message indicating the correct format for the ISBN. Just like with adding members, it also not allowed for books to have the same ISBN. That's all. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Eloisa Papagayo, and I'll explain the process for searching for books and names by their details. Includes books, title, author, genre, and ISBN. And in the member includes names, ID, and contact details. The functionality of the code includes searching for books and names by details. User can add books by proving details like title, author, genre, and ISBN. The system invalidates the input and updates the list of available. Members can add full name, ID details, and member status are displayed. And display by searching for a member allowed user to find members based on specific criteria and view their details. And the user interface components includes buttons, title fields, labels, scroll panel for user-friendly interaction experience.
Hello, I am Reynalin Sexiona, and I'll explain the process for borrowing and returning books in the library system. Firstly, to borrow a book, you'll need to fill out the text field with details such as the book title, author's name, content, and the International Standard Book Number. Then, click the search button. This action will display the available books matching your criteria. From there, you can select the desired books you wish to borrow. After selecting, click the Borrow Book button. Next, you'll be prompted to choose a name, either yours or one registered as a member. To confirm the book borrowing, This step will ensure accountability for borrowed items. Now for the returning books. To return books, the ones you borrowed will automatically appear in your borrowed book list. You can also search for the books you wanted to return if you borrowed multiple books in the library system. You can select them and click the return button to complete the process. And that's all you need. Thank you.
Dangal greetings, sir. My name is Joshua B. Layog, and I'm in a part of that checking the log history of transactions and the feedback of the library. So as you can see, the transactions composed of the members' details when they add their informations. They will be here in the transaction log, kind of like a history logs of what members do and what they gonna get their borrowed books, in which in this case is not paid, and the return books in which it is paid. Now we're gonna get to the feedbacks of the library system that we make. Two good feedbacks that I conclude is first, it's easily used and user friendly, just like a few buttons to press and some information, it's gonna be there. While we can see the user is actually doing when they are in the library and what they wanted to borrow or return. The second one is the ability to search, because if there's too many people or borrowed books and have different titles for each book, just find the title or the author of the click search, and it will automatically go to the specific title of the author in the library. Next is the drawbacks of the library. First is the transaction log itself. If there's too many logs in this transaction, it may be difficult to learn to see and find the specific log. So it needs to have either a search button or a clear button. When there's a clear button, it will clears and will go to the button called history, in which it will be just going to be there for at least 3 to 5 days, and then it will auto delete itself. Second one is the any title and add books. In this add book section, any title can be named. It's supposed to be like the books in the national bookstore, but you can just add sheesh in the title, stamped, or anything. So it will works, and some users will actually throw other users. Last one is the search feature. The search feature is not completely precise and will only see one or two more of the same title, author, genre, or ISBN number. I am so sorry if my voice is kind of raspy because of my because of my sickness. So that's about all my coverage. Thank you, sir. Until next time.